here's Porzingis. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Doncic, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Just 2 to shoot. Doncic, no good. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And George kicks to Leonard. Left side, Ibaka.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Boy, terrific penetration from the big man. Ibaka putting his athleticism to good use.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And there's the pass to Porzingis. Fires, high post. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go. Beverly finds Leonard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Richardson. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Jalen Brunson. He's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. George passes to Ibaka. Oh, Moore is in position. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Kennard in for George. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now here's Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. Powell with it. He's guarded by Cousins. Kleber kicks to Brunson. Outside Hardaway. Dallas again missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Passes it to Zubac. Kennard against Hardaway. Right side, Batum. Here's Beverly. Pass to Kennard. And it's off from three-point range. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Guys, you want to be able to score from all three levels, and Hardaway Jr. is capable. That instance, mid-range is on point.
And the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Zubac. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Los Angeles with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now Powell really using that length of his to draw fouls. Great anticipation from the young big.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The free throw drops for Powell. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Nelly is checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Clippers trail by 3. Outside Jackson. Got a hand on it.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the...
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Mavericks ahead, up 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Man in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Great positioning on the putback. Powell's got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Zubac has got his first points in this one.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
18 feet out. Hardaway from outside. The three-pointer is right on target. Hardaway has got 5 now.
You can see the kind of confidence Hardaway has in his shot. This guy is so fluid in the catch-and-shoot situation.
Kennard kicks to Rondo. Back to Kennard. Powell with the steal. Here's Doncic. It's good.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Here's Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Finney-Smith. And here is Powell. The dish to Doncic. A floater. He lays it in. Doncic has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Mavs. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Leonard inside. Here's Ibaka. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Cauley Stein passes to Doncic. Got a piece of it. Stolen by George. Here's Beverly. Doncic with the block.
Doncic known for his offense, but twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. Dallas moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And another basket for Dallas.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
George dishes to Cousins. Outside Leonard. It's blocked. Richardson gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. That shot no good. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
46 seconds left in the first half. Keeps it alive. Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got the lead up to 10 now for the man.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Cousins. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Dallas. They're on a 15-6 run. Passes to Finney-Smith. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Kicks to Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Over Beverly. That doesn't go either for Doncic. From deep, George. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The clock. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to a slip. And that'll do it.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber is out there with Cauley Stein. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Brunson in at the 1.
Well, there's a length and an intensity that Serge Ibaka brings to the table. And as a solid teammate who contributes on both ends, this is a guy you want on your team.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He had a nice open look right there. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
Boy, the shot mechanics are just beautiful to watch. Kristaps Porzingis, you cannot give him space.
George against Richardson. Leonard kicks to George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. The shot by George, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Brunson the pass to Richardson. And here is Kleber. Back to Brunson. Jacks up a 3. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard with no one around. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Leonard's got 6.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Outside, Porzingis. He kicks to Cauley Stein. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 11. Here's Mann. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Richardson. Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Leonard. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Doncic against Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic comes in for Nicolo Melli. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Outside for Redick. Hardaway for three. Drops in the tray. Hardaway has got the lead up to 14 now for Dallas.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as a scorer. Knocks down the long-distance look right there.
Outside Jackson. The rebound by Marjanovic.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Hardaway for three. But they'll get another chance. Marjanovic kicks to Hardaway. Good on the triple. Hardaway has got two now from beyond the arc in the third for Dallas.
Yeah, you look at this run they're on, and you have to give a lot of credit to their effort on the glass.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
When you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team. This is how athletic Paul George is, an absolute monster around the rim.
From deep three-point range, another three for Dallas.
You just don't realize how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. And that was sweet.
And George, here we go. And he banks in the layup. George has got 6.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
From deep. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Now Doncic. He's got 9. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 12.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis, and it's Maxi Kleber in for Marjanovic. George against Hardaway. George with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Doncic looking it over. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Pushing it up.
Well, this is the kind of effort you want to see from Luka Doncic. We know how good he is offensively, right there playing.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks lead by 15. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard against Richardson. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Melli. Back to Brunson. And Dallas again with the bucket. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Kennard for 3. And it's Melli with the rebound.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Cauley-Stein against Ibaka. Cauley-Stein. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Finney Smith kicks to Brunson. Misses the three. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Offline with his three.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
For three, Richardson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The pass to Brunson. Here's Melly. Up again. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Here's Finney Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Batum. Kennard for three. And it's Melly with the rebound. Melly's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Richardson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Dallas making a switch here. Right there. Oh, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness. That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Dallas again missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Morris, no good. Mavericks leading by 17.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Dallas.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Connects from three-point range.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight. This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
Doncic, no good. George looking around. And it's George again missing. Here's Kleba. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining. The bright lights and tall buildings of... And with tip...
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Good D by Covington.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
And Jones with the stuff. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
And it goes down 2 points.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Jones dishes to Lillard. Here's McCollum to the inside. Jones. Nurkic in the post, working on Ibaka. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And that one, good.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Lillard surveying the D. McCollum outside. Outside, Jones. To the middle. It's stolen by Ibaka. Nurkic with the steal. Leonard with the steal. Over in the corner, Beverly. Ibaka against Nurkic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Lillard against Beverly. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Leonard with the steal. The shot by George, wide open. And it's off from three-point range. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Lillard following the score by Serge Ibaka. Inside and finished off by Nurkic.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. The three from George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Kennard in for George. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Dennis Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Ande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Jones the pass to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
When you pair Kanter's strong frame with his scorer's mentality, you get a guy to love.
And here's Batum. Now the pass to Kennard. Fires for 3. And Jones pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Powell, no one around him. And Portland again with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Here's Beverly. Cousins inside, covered by Hollis-Jefferson. And he makes that one.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Simons, the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in down. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with the...
I look to the times where things are...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, they've got Powell. Ande Hollis-Jefferson out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. This is his first free throw of the game. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game. And
thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Clippers moving the ball around. Zubac's in the post. He's against Kanter. Pass to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Jackson misses.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Passes it to Anthony. Pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Anthony's got his first basket.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Kennard. And foul. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Lillard way outside. Portland again missing. Clippers leading by 3. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. McCollum outside. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. A pass to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Beverly against Lillard. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. He feeds it to Nurkic. And foul on. And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Credit to Deep for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Pass to Beverly. There's the feed to Leonard. Lillard against Beverly. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
Comfortable shooting from many different angles. Nurkic, he knows his team counts on him to capitalize from here.
George with the ball. There's the dish to Leonard. Feeds it to Ibaka. The 3 from George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And his shot, I mean, has come around. I mean, for most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we read.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up. And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in the center, locking down the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Beverley finds Leonard. Over Collins. Beverley the pass to Ibaka. And he uses the glass on the layup. Ibaka's got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Back to Nurkic. A shot that time, not on target. The Clippers go the other way with it, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard against Beverley. Up top, Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. Nice move. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
Stolen by Beverley. Morris outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland again missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. McCollum's got his second bucket. George against McCollum. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. That shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Nurkic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
280 pounds. I mean, Nurkic, he's a handful to deal with at times. I mean, you better foul him.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. McCollum with the ball. Started now by Jackson and finished off by Nurkic.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Over in the corner, Cousins. Zubac trying to break loose. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Now, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Collins. Anthony's checked in for Derek Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Lock at 6. Here's Kennard. Here's Zubac. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Zubac has got 6 points. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Powell finds Kanter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Anthony, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Three-pointer. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 4. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Anthony kicks to Powell. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. In the corner, Powell with it. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Anthony.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Both shots good from the stripe. 34 seconds left in the third. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Simons, the pass to Cannon. Tries to save it. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Powell. Jackson against Lillard. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Launches a three. Not going to go that time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Dishes it to Cousins. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Shot clock at 2. Baseline J on the way. And it's Portland with the rebound. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pass to Leonard. Looking for George. He gets it there. From 8 feet away, he drops it in.
Tough for any defender to impact the jump shot when he's giving up so much height.
Lillard way outside. Simons, the pass to Lillard. Hands it from downtown.
Now, with his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Beverly against Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The bruising power of Cousins. Once he gets in prime position, he goes straight to work.
Beverly against Lillard. He dishes it to Cantor. To the wing right side. And stolen by Cousins. And he commits the intentional foul. So for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. And Morris subbed in for Zubac. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Carmelo Anthony. Clock at 6. The 15-footer. Clippers moving the ball around. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Lillard.
Look, the jumper of Lillard, you better respect it because he gets it off so effortlessly.
Beverly against Lillard. And Ibaka slams it in.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. For the three. Lillard misses. Los Angeles leading by 6. This is it to Leonard. Powell pulls it in.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And Lillard throws it down.
Got to admire the passion Leonard plays, but he knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Lillard against Beverly. He kicks it to Ibaka. Now the dish to Leonard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. 1:39 left to play in the final quarter. Lillard outside. He feeds it to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Again the miss by Lillard. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Back to Leonard. Steps back and fires. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drains the three-pointer.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
36 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And George gets to Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
On the wing, George. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Outside Collins. And here's McCollum for 3. So the Clippers with the win. Some good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Murray out there with Will Barton. And there's Gordon. Then it's Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Off target on the 15-footer.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Back to Morris, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Out of bounds, Denver takes possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Murray. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Leonard inside, guarded by Porter. Out to Morris. The 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
And it's Jokic in the corner. The kick out to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic passes to Barton. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
They get it back. Outside Porter. The kick out to Barton. For 3, Murray. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Have to respect the range of Murray. He just nails shots from this distance.
George passes to Ibaka.
Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground. Textbook, old school rebounding.
Barton, no luck.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Barton passes to Jokic. Murray outside. Jokic trying to free himself up. Murray, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And it's in there.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head, force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Denver, Paul Millsap is checked in for Michael Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Barton. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the rejection by Ibaka. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Gordon. Nuggets trail. Millsap has the open look. The Nuggets with another miss. Now the Clippers moving it up. And George gets it to go. George has got his second basket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Gordon kicks to Murray. Morris outside. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Leonard attacking, count the basket.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Back to Murray, passes to Jokic. To end the cold streak, it's hauled in by Paul George. Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. A 3 from Morris, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers ahead, leading by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg, sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Austin Rivers, Paul Millsap out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Monte Morris. Green dishes to Millsap. Shoots over Cousins. Offensive rebound. Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Down low. Tries again. Millsap trying to get open. And it's Green. Missing. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Nuggets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Rivers passes to Millsap. He kicks to Morris. And another miss by Denver.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. There's the three. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Lets the three fly. Rivers can't get it to go. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Morris against Kennard. From deep three-point range, but they get it back. From deep. Here's Zubac. Pass to Jackson. Kennard for three. And another shot. Green with the block.
One of JaMychal's strengths is his shot blocking. Whether he's down low or on the perimeter, he gets up quickly.
5 to shoot. Jackson misses. The Nuggets trail by 9. And the wide open shot from Morris. Rivers passes to Morris. Millsap kicks to Morris. The Nuggets with another miss.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Pass to Cousins. Back to Kennard. Here's the three. Buries it from three-point range. Kennard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they've been working hard on the offensive glass here in the second. And it's paying dividends. They're getting a lot of second chance points.
Another three for Denver.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Jackson passes to Kennard. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. Now the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Pass to Millsap. Dishes it to Morris. Over to the wing. Millsap looking it over. Kicks it to Rivers. Campazzo. Hit the tip. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Jackson passes to Kennard. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Beverly for three.
Love the determination by Murray.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into. Thanks for joining us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. That seems all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at small forward. There's Porter with the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that one's good. George.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Murray with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Murray kicks to Barton. From past the arc. They get the rebound. Stolen by George. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Beverly for 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Out to the right wing. Here's Jokic. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
No one covering. George has got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Clippers.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Barton wide open. He fires. The Nuggets with another miss.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
And here's Morris for 3. And no good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And that one's good by Porter.
Finally, now 1 for 5 here in the 3rd. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
To the middle. Leonard the pass to Morris. Launches it. Denver grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Barton in the corner. Porter kicks to Jokic. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And here's Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Nobody near Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. It's a 16-point game. He kicks it to Murray. Ibaka against Jokic. Porter passes to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Denver. Rivers checked in. Murray dishes to Porter. Back to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Pass to Gordon. Out left to the wing. Shot from 16. Outside for Murray. A 3-ball. And another miss by Denver. Los Angeles leading by 16. Jackson passes to Kennard. On the wing, Batum. Kennard finds Zubac. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Jokic.
DeMarcus Cousins owns this territory. Back to the basket or facing up. He's a terror on the inside.
And Cousins drops them both. The Nuggets trail by 18. And the pass to Jokic. Batum with the steal. There's 42 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Kennard. He has 5. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Lets it go with the 3. That one, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Back to Jokic. Fires the 3. The Nuggets with another miss.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Outside, Batum. Kennard for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get right back to the action when we return. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. They've got Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Morris in at point guard.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Kennard for three. It's good from long range. Kennard's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
A three from Morris. Doesn't go for it. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Barton passes to Murray. Fires the three. They get it again. Gordon kicks to Morris from outside the arc. Barton outside. Wide open look here for Murray. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
Not in rhythm. He had the two triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Passes it to Ibaka for three. But they recover it. Kennard for three. And he's good on the three ball.
A crafty lefty with tons of range. You can't take your eyes off Luke Kennard defensively.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Morris. The Nuggets with another miss.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Jackson misses.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And you can't afford to give Murray any room to fire. Just a great scorer who continues to get better.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. The dish to George. The three. And Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Barton finds Murray. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Kennard for three. Rebound by Murray.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. Barton from outside. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Barton's got himself on the board with three there.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
Shoots the three. And the Clippers miss again. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Los Angeles.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Paul George.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Barton kicks to Morris. Murray outside. Pulls up, high post. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
That's good from George.
The consummate team player, Paul George, is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also.
Here's Rondo. Fires from deep. Rebounded by McGee. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. Trailing by 17. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Kept alive. Here's Dozier. Shoots over Batum. McGee's shot is off. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. And the outcome of this one. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to... And as...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
Taking advantage of that length inside, George has the size and touch to score with ease from there.
Richardson outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Richardson against Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Here's Doncic. That shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And George, here we go, misses the baby hook.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Leonard. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And that one drops for him.
Taking exactly what the defense gives him. Doncic exploiting whatever he sees out there. Does a nice job seeing the game.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Here's Zubac. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Richardson gets a wide open look. Rebound by the Clippers.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Shoots it up. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
You know, guys, this is the danger Porzingis poses in the open floor. He's excellent at getting to his spots.
And George kicks to Cousins. Zubac trying to break loose. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. And here we go, Mavericks running again. Porzingis finds Cauley Stein. To the paint. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The three for Doncic. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Pass to Cousins. Dishes it to Leonard. Passes it to Beverly. And finished off by Leonard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Taking matters into his own hand.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
A nice shot by George. George has got 6.
Well, I think you've got to like and appreciate the effort there, the hustle. George staying with the possession, then uses his length to finish off the miss.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Leonard inside. Cousins.
When Cousins plays with that kind of force, it really puts the defense in a pickle and typically leads to him being fouled.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. The Clippers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And that one is off. For Dallas, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Lets it go from the wing. Here's Marjanovic. Here's Brunson. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Melli in at the 4 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Melli's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Jackson passes to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. From the arc, hits the three-point bomb. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Kennard, and he converts the layup. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
There's the pass to Powell. Here's Kleba, defended by Batum. Kleba kicks to Hardaway. Back to Kleba. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Kleba's got his first bucket in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Melly. That 3 off the mark. Batum passes to Morris. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Brunson against Jackson. Takes a shot at the elbow. Brunson, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. There's the 3. And it's Melly with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The shot's good from Kennard.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brunson kicks to Powell. Here's Melly. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Cousins finds Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Leonard's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Pass to Hardaway. 20 feet out. Here's Melly to the wing on the left. Kleba, the pass to Brunson. At the top of the key, Powell. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, I think we all know that Hardaway Jr. is a really good scorer. I mean, the next step for him is improving defensively.
Hardaway hits them both. George with the ball.
You know, it's good seeing Porzingis work really hard on the defense.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the 1st quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams. That's all for now.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point. Mavericks trailed by 4. Great tee that time from Leonard.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
George, no good. The Mavericks shooting around 40% from the floor here. Cauley Stein dishes to Richardson. Passes to Doncic. There's the triple. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Oh!
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with. Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
And it's Leonard missing. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Doncic looking it over. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
There's not much a defender can do when George decides to go up with the pull-up. I mean, you got to respect both his shooting and his driving ability because of his speed on the dribble.
The 3 for Doncic, and he's good on the 3 ball. Doncic has got 11 points.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac, kicks it out to Leonard. Now the feed to Cousins. Back to Leonard. 14 feet away. That one drops for him. And it's 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Outside, George. Cousins. It's good on the putback. And it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, you know, Cousins, I think, is sometimes underrated as an offensive rebounder. That guy can get some putbacks for you.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. The pass to Kennard. Jacks up a 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 11.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Doncic outside. Off target with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Morris, no good. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 11. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Morris. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Kennard on the wing. No good on the triple. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Marjanovic is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Doncic, and it's Richardson in at the 2-guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And here's Doncic from the arc. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that 3-point line.
Jackson up top. Guarded by Doncic. Back to Jackson. To the inside. Ibaka, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. The 3 for Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to rein it in down the stretch here.
George, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Deep. The Mavericks pull it in. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Richardson against George. From deep 3-point range, that doesn't go either for George.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers with a change here, too. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. And Doncic gets it to go.
How impressive is Doncic? This guy is incredible at stepping up in big moments.
Now, here's George. At the elbow, it's Cousins. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Cousins imposing his will that time against pretty good defense.
From deep. Another three for Dallas. 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Now George. He feeds it to Cousins. Outside for George. On the clock. Back to Cousins. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now the fans break. Doncic with the ball. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Outside Leonard. Left side George. Connects from three-point range.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
The three for Doncic. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Leonard. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. From deep three-point range, the putback, Finney Smith. Count it.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
So it's the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. George against McCollum. A nice shot by George.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from 10 feet out. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Clock at 6. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Now Beverly. Outside, George. Pass to Morris. Beverly against Lillard. And Beverly kicks to Morris. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And here are the Blazers. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. From deep. Lillard misses. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Beverly the pass to Ibaka. Nurkic with the steal. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's George. Leonard on the wing. Steps back and fires. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
McCollum against George. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And again, it's Portland converting. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Shot clock at 5. And he hits it to tie the game up. Nurkic has got 6.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy's no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
And there's the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Here's the 3. Can't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And the wide open shot from Morris. No good on the 3. The Trailblazers have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. 54 seconds left here in the opening quarter. A nice shot by George.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard with it. Down low. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Beverly. Left side, George. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. And he makes good on the layup.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Beverly. And it's Lillard missing.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Morris passes to Ibaka. Nobody near Leonard. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by... And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still as competitive as they come.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
We've got Hollis Jefferson, also Enes Kanter out there. Powell is out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Zubac's in the post. Hollis Jefferson's there. The offensive rebound, and Zubac's picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trailblazers trail by 4. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. The dish to Kanter. Kicks to Powell. Over Kennard. The shot by Powell, no good. Los Angeles leading by 4. Jackson passes to Kennard. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Stolen by Kanter. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And there it is for him. Hollis Jefferson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Outside, Batum. Kennard against Powell. Yep, that one goes in there.
And as long as you get Cousins the ball in the right place when he's rolling, he'll handle the rest.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Lobs it up for Cantor. Anthony trying to get open. Cousins pulls it in. Jackson down low. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Zubac's the pass to Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard for three. Rebounded by Anthony.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Cantor finds Powell. Wide open shot is on the money.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Powell against Kennard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Kennard. I mean, as he relishes opportunities at the line.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Paul George in for Nicholas Batum. Floats it up there for Nurkic. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. George passes to Ibaka. Portland grabs the miss.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
A three from McCollum. They grab their own miss. It's not going to go for them. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jackson.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
And it's Lillard missing. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Lays it up off the glass. Ibaka's got 6.
And the lean frame of Ibaka taking the punishment but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Lillard surveying the D. Over to the left wing. Nurkic finds Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard the pass to Beverly. He gets it in there. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
McCollum right side. Count that one.
Quick, accurate release. McCollum thrives on catch and shoot opportunities.
The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Now, here is George. Morris right side. Beverly for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out. And
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the point. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard dishes to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Nurkic finds Lillard. Back to Nurkic. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. Lillard, wow, hammering it in!
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
George passes to Leonard. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's Ibaka, and again the Clippers good for 2.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
George looking around. Leonard, that's for 2. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Lillard from outside. Morris with the rebound.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Ibaka right side. From short range. Crafty move. And it's good on the way up. And it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
George against McCollum. George dishes to Leonard. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he did.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Dennis Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Kennard kicks to Cousins. Pass to Batum. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing by 5. Count it, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Jackson passes to Kennard. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pulls up on the elbow. Feeds it to Cousins. Oh!
And at 6'11", Cousins definitely has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Simons surveying the D. And counted the shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Clippers leading by 5. Back to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Here's Zubac, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Up top, Cousins. Back to Zubac. Batum passes to Kennard. It's stolen by Anthony. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 5. And after a while we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Robert Covington out there with Collins. Then it's Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. No good from Cousins.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Shooting for Portland, Robert Covington.
The first free throw is good.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in, and then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson.
The range on Kennard's shot just keeps getting better. He's a real threat at the arc.
A nice shot by Simons.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Doubled by McCollum. Outside Leonard. It's George on the wing. He feeds it to Cousins. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 6.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Inside, Nurkic. It counts, and the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
No, it's never really easy trying to guard Nurkic. I mean, even when you get physical, he just stays with it.
Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Kennard. And it's George missing.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And he's able to get it back. Kicks it out to Lillard. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. A 3 from Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists now in the game.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And Nurkic has it in the corner. Back to Lillard. To the paint. And finished off by Nurkic.
A well-rounded offensive threat. I mean, games like this prove Nurkic is capable of dominating on this end.
And George kicks to Beverly. And the pass to Morris. Outside, George from past the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Anthony. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Leonard. The 3 from Morris, and the 3 ball is good. Morris has got 6 here in this quarter.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers, and they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Zach Collins checked in for Portland. Outside Leonard lets it go from deep. The shot off that time, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. McCollum finds Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. .127 left in the game. George against McCollum. Back to Beverly. Lets it go with the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Stolen by Beverly. There's a minute left in the 4th quarter. Leonard from deep 3-point land. And again, no good by the Clippers. And here's McCollum for 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Back to Lillard. From deep 3-point range, it drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
High post to Ibaka. He kicks it to Beverly. On the wing, Morris. No good off the back of the rim. And Portland with the ball.
Can't waste any time here.
And you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
Launches a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. The 3 from McCollum. It's good from beyond the arc.
And McCollum is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Pass.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for Denver, Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 4. Porter, no luck. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. The 3 from George. Porter pulls it in. In the corner, Murray with it. Shoots it. Porter, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Beverley looking around. That shot is off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Barton passes to Jokic. Back to Barton. Fires for 3. And again, Denver no good.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
The Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Jokic passes to Barton. Outside for Murray. Pass to Barton. Over Leonard. And another miss by Denver.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now, here's Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Murray, no good.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
The shot by George, wide open. From outside, off the mark.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Barton finds Porter. Shoots the 3. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Murray outside. Fires the 3. He can't get that one to fall. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Porter with the steal. Barton outside. Pass to Murray. Wide open. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Over Morris. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I love that Aaron Gordon goes right up with it. He's got really good instincts for knowing when to catch and shoot.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Barton, no luck.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
From deep, Porter pulls it in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
To the inside, here's Gordon, puts the move on. The kick out to Porter. A three-pointer, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Pass to Murray from deep. The shot comes out, and the Clippers will come the other way.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And the Nuggets making a change here. Morris is checked in. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
35 seconds left to play in the first. And the wide open shot from Morris kept alive. Ball's knocked loose. Here we go, one-on-one. And here's George for three. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 7 points.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Morris with the bucket.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
Wide open look here for Murray. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here on the 5, the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the point. Clippers leading by 11. Now Kennard. From deep three-point range. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Campazzo got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Campazzo. And another miss by Denver. And Los Angeles guys shooting 41% for the game. Kennard for three. Outside Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Takes the three. And it's Luke Kennard with the three. Kennard's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. The pass to Rivers. Goes up to the stripe. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Kennard's got 5 points so far. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. I think are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Millsap misses. Clippers leading by 12. Here's Jackson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Cousins pulls it in. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. The three, Zubac trying to break loose. On the wing, Batum. Millsap grabs the miss.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Green passes to Morris.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Jackson with it. He's picked up by Milson. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Outside, Batum. Nailed from three-point land. Cousins has got his first 3 points of the game.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Dishes to Morris. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Morris has got 5 points so far.
How about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Passes it to Rivers. He kicks to Morris. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. 7 points in the game. Clippers leading by 15. Jackson with it. Here's Kennard. Pass to Zubac. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Morris. Bank shot. No good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Batum finds Kennard. No good with the triple. And through one half, it hasn't even been.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They are way out in front, leading by...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And Los Angeles guys shooting well. They're at 45%. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver. Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Murray in at the point guard.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And the three off target. The Nuggets trail by 17. To the left wing. 16 feet away. Jokic, no good. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Gordon trying to break loose. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And big men who can shoot really changes the dynamic of your offense.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Paul George with the steal. From downtown, he's off on that one. And Denver the other way now.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Stolen by George. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside. George has got 10 points.
consistent shooter from outside the arc. Paul George is terrific at finding space when he needs to get a shot off.
Barton passes to Gordon. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Murray kicks to Barton. And again, Denver no good.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And it's Beverly missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Now here's Murray. It's hauled in by Paul George. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Beverly for 3. Ibaka for 3. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 20. From 18 feet away, and that one is good. Porter's got his first 2 points.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
George passes to Morris. Over Gordon. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 6 points for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Pass to Porter. Takes a 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
And another miss.
Whew.
He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Murray kicks to Jokic. Tries from 16, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter. Left side, Leonard. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. That one goes. Count it.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
George passes to Morris. The tray. And it's George missing. And here's Jokic. He's got 6. The shot's good.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Fires at the elbow. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They have made it very... And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 14. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer and the basket by Gordon.
And now 6 straight points here coming on the inside.
Jackson against Morris. Jackson gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by Jackson.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Here's Zubac. Batum with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Lets it go from 11. No good that time.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
And here's Green outside. Kennard with the rebound. Kennard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson gets the bucket.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
Morris. Here's Green. Kicks to Millsap. There's the pass to Rivers. Goes up again. That one misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Kennard for three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Gordon's got 6 rebounds in the game. Millsap has the open look. The Nuggets with another miss. Clippers leading by 16. Kennard for three. Drops in the tray.
Oh, yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Morris, no good.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
To the middle, and Batum kicks to Kennard. Off target from outside. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And finish off by Rivers.
Austin Rivers knows how to navigate through defenses, puts the ball on the deck and gets to his spot.
Kennard for three. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Rivers can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Millsap. Porter comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Will Barton in for Rivers.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
For the three, Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jokic, and the layup's good off the glass. Jokic has got 10 points here in the second half.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Paul George.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
From deep, George. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 16. From deep. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And Los Angeles guys shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Ibaka finds Beverly. The three from George. Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. And Jokic lays it up and in.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
From deep, George. Denver grabs the miss. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 16-point lead. It's good from long range.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.